Betty Mali, Sazo Figa Gada, Baby Unga Habi.
Happy New Year to you guys. Welcome to another episode of Nothing But Football. This is going to be our first installation of the year.
Hey.
Let's start off by saying Happy New Year to you guys. Happy New Year to you, gents.
22.
How are you guys doing?
Birds cost me 22. Little mama super thick. She say she.
Nah, we're not saying that. We too old. We old too.
But we in room trying to press mute like a DJ. Fuck you guys.
But we in room 222.
Yeah, man. But yeah, guys, welcome to another episode of Nothing But Football. Show where we talk about football and its miscellaneous dramas and whatnot.
Hey, Stuart Ethel, I got your address, dog. It's gang now. gang. You cheat.
Yeah, just shift your mic a little bit there. I can see the sound waves. They're rather high today. But yes, guys, let me start off by introducing the hosts. I'll start off with the high waves over there. On my further right, it's Uncle Curtis. How you doing there, bro?
I'm good, dog. I was in room 222. Won't mention the age of the person, but I was in room 222.
Are you incriminating yourself?
I'm not incriminating myself.
These young rappers.
I never, dog.
The age is legal, just withheld.
Alright. Then on my close right, I've got King Don. Uncle Lukosa. How you doing there, bro?
Happy New Year.
Yeah, man.
I was good. I is good.
You spent it like a responsible man.
He's a responsible.
New Year's Eve. I was motherless.
He spent it like a married man.
Indoors.
He spent it like a married man.
Well, I guess a lot has happened. I guess we'll revert to personal life. Over the holidays, our uncle King Don father got married, so we need to find a responsible name for him.
Hey, just pull out a tissue and give it to your sister. She's crying now.
So
he just went to a feeling.
So yeah, we shall figure out a responsible name for you. King Don father doesn't sound right. We need to find a like a, I don't know, a statement.
Listen, man.
No,
he's a king. No. And a father. King Don father.
Statement is a nice name.
What? Oprah's.
Yes, Oprah's husband, bro. Statement, bro. That's a good
Are you saying he's gonna have a childless marriage, dog?
No.
When you say statement,
to
that's
a
what I think.
billionaire wife. Sure. I receive.
You know,
Get that Jomo.
Yeah, man. You know, since we've actually missed out on a couple of episodes just because it's festive season, guys, we weren't going to, we tried to keep up with routine, but obviously life happens.
I was inebriated.
I mean,
from
our auntie's cooked.
From the 16th, I was inebriated.
Our auntie's cooked.
I thought you said your undies are cooked, like you cooked your undies.
Aunties.
Hey,
I rocked so hard up until they let curfew go because they said the streets is calling.
You know?
Nah, I hear you guys. But I think let's start off with, let's call it a highlight of the week, basically. There have been developments that have happened with Romelu Lukaku. There's been an interview released by Sky Italia, which details, his love for Inter Milan, how things aren't going so well at Chelsea, and yeah, I see you Chelsea men are pissed, eh? But yeah, I thought let's maybe, get into that and, just find out, how we feel about that. Yeah. Uncle Lukosa, if you were a Chelsea supporter, how would this interview make you feel?
Okay, Chelsea supporter, I don't know, but just as a fan of football, I loved that interview.
Yeah.
His only crime was telling the truth. Every week we're on some, these footballers give us scripted responses, whatever. Yeah. He told the truth. He didn't say anything ridiculous. He said, the way I left Inter was a bit too sudden. I wish I had a chance to say goodbye to you guys.
Yeah.
I've been brought into Chelsea. The coach has changed the system a little bit. But anyway, I'm not happy right now, but I'm going to put my head down and work hard.
Yeah.
What you killing him for?
Exactly. No, I agree. I agree with you. Uncle Curtis, let me turn that question to you. Any thoughts,
What I picked up from that interview is that Chelsea thought they were a bigger club than they actually are. Because he said, I love Inter and I want to go back to Inter, dog.
Yeah.
The other clubs have players like Andres Santos saying, hey, Joe, I don't know what's going on at that club. Your marquee signing is on some. I don't know what I'm doing here. But don't act like we didn't call this beginning of season. Signing for 100 million. And we were like, Chelsea in general, don't play towards the way he's played. He's failed there twice. He's going back a third time. What's going to change now? He found he's like at Inter. He should have stayed at Inter up until he retired. He would have been an Inter legend, an Italian football legend. I'm sure if he was still at Inter today, he'll deliver another Serie A title. He would have been the person that brought back Inter to life. But he went back to Chelsea, who just won a Champions League, out there kissing the badge. I don't know why he's complaining now. So I'm the opposite of Lucas. He said nothing wrong, nah? But it's his just desserts.
Yeah.
Like, you were out here kissing the badge when you signed. I'm going back to the big European champions. Yeah. I'm going back to prove that. Now that they're showing you that you're not as big as you thought you were. At Inter, they catered everything for his style of football. At Chelsea, you're just another clog in the machine. So.
No, man, true.
And he gives truthful interviews anyway.
No,
Even if you check that on that basketball players podcast or whatever a couple years back when he was there for like 2 hours or whatever, that man tells the truth.
Is that Serge Ibaka's one? The cooking show, like.
No. I'm forgetting it. I'll find it. I'll find it. But it was some basketball players interview, and they'll ask him, after he left Man United, and he was on some. The love wasn't there, that he was giving his reasons. It was his reasons, but we love the fact that he told the truth. You know what I mean?
You know what made me laugh about that whole thing? When Chelsea started shooting back and they brought in Christian Pulisic and he was mocking his American accent. and he's like, stop tripping, dog. And I'm like, if this is not a cooked up story, dog, I can't imagine Lukaku saying stop tripping, dog, to a white man.
To tell you the truth, he's signed by Rock Nation. He hangs out with American guys. You do know that, like, they talk. That's
dog. Not
Josh Hart's podcast.
Not one interview have we heard this man use American lingo.
Yeah,
and he's using it to Christian Pulisic all of a sudden. Not one interview in the past have we heard Lukaku talk disparagingly about his teammate towards his teammate. But now he's making fun of American accents and saying, "Stop! If I." You're going to trust the Russian billionaire to not slander you. Dog, Vlad TV, Snitch Central TV. You're going to trust those gents? Yeah. Sure.
Okay, no, from my opinion, because obviously the interview's not out as of yet.
To us. It's out to Italian people.
It yet. Yes.
In full, I think there is...
No, there is a full...
I saw like a 10 minute version.
There's a full... what's his name? There's a full interview out, but it's in Italian. So I think from what I've heard is that even from Thomas Tuchel's point of view, since he says, I don't understand Italian, I'll have to wait for the properly translated one to come out. Because obviously there've been ones that are roughly translated out on the internet. But from someone, because I watched, it's that Fabrizio guy. So he's Italian.
Romano, that journalist.
Fabrizio Romano. So he kind of broke down the interview, saying that this interview took place, I think, weeks back.
Yeah. Like November even, they were saying.
It was weeks back. While Lukaku was injured, I think he might have been going on a rehab trip, and then he just kind of showed up for the interview. And basically, this was like the first time that Lukaku got to address the Inter fans after leaving, because when he left, it was very abrupt, he didn't actually get to address them. So this is just him saying, guys, I never wanted to leave, but they didn't want to offer me the contract, and then they made a deal with Chelsea, and then I was left. So
excuses.
So he's basically just saying, bruh, I'll always be, I'll always be an Inter man. I love you guys.
Sure.
So I think it was taken out of context in that point of view.
If this interview came out while he was Chelsea's top scorer, I would say sharp.
But what I'm saying is
regretting his decision.
But what I'm saying right now is that this is beautiful from Sky Italia. Sky Italia looked at a situation where Chelsea was struggling a little bit. They're not where they are, and they just said, throw a bomb.
Here you go.
Yes, there you go. Let's just see how you guys are going to like this. And it worked beautifully. From Lukaku's point of view, he was probably emotional coming back to Italy, and, he wanted to, every player wants to, when they leave, especially when they write those big posts, they always give their heartfelt, things. So, I think it was just maybe misquoted and also kind of mistimed. But, guys, I think.
But I'm pro footballers telling the truth, bruh. That's not a bad interview to me.
No, it isn't. Like it
You
wasn't.
should have realized it was a stupid mistake beforehand.
What's the stupid mistake? The
Going back to Chelsea.
You're making two different things. I'm saying the interview is good.
No, the
because he
interview
was
is
honest.
great. The interview is great.
Sure.
I'm saying he's stupid for having to give that interview.
I think he'll
by
still make you
leaving.
eat your words.
Right, sure. Sure.
I don't think it was a stupid interview, bro. We've seen many players do this when they leave.
No, he's saying moving to Chelsea. He's saying good interview, but the move to Chelsea is a stupid thing.
Who else was gonna cough up that money for Lukaku?
Boy,
Realistically,
Listen here. You stay where you loved. The grass is not greener on the other side.
Did
That
you-
man has had a tough career
but that's what he was saying.
No, he hasn't.
at big clubs.
Bruh, Inter.
He was
No,
not
he
loved.
hasn't.
He was not loved with Chelsea. You're going to tell me he was loved at Everton?
Dude,
Be serious.
Do you understand
What
that
is love,
he
dude?
wanted to stay at Inter? Don't you remember he was giving out interviews while he was in Belgium saying, dude, I am going nowhere. Inter was like, dude, we've lost a lot
We
of
are
money.
broke.
We are broke. Either we sell Lautaro Martinez or Lukaku.
We just sold Hakimi was there, no?
Yes.
Yeah, well, hey, we just sold Hakimi also. You also.
Yes. So they need to at least make some money. So they chose Martinez.
Doc, are we in slave trade times? Can you not say no to the contract that Chelsea offer you?
Dude, you say no and Inter says, bro, we need you to bounce.
No, but Inter didn't say that.
But you talking about where you loved. Are you loved where they're accepting offers for you?
Yes.
Yeah?
They told them the truth. We need the money. But I'm not talking about the owners. I'm talking about the fans.
But let's
Do
also,
the fans pay your salary?
dude, and the fans,
Do you want legend status or not?
the fans love
Do you want legend status or not in football? When you retire, do you want to be remembered or do you want to be in? Because that's what it depends on. Because if you're gonna
Will
say
you be a legend when I don't want you here and I'm going to make it difficult for you to be here? How are you going to become a legend?
the fans love you,
They're going to turn the fans on you
how when you're scoring week in week out,
by not playing you to score week in and week out.
you think who
Yes.
are they going to turn before the person that brought the first Serie A title to Inter Milan in over 10 years, the goal scorer, or the club that decided not to play him? Look at what's happening.
The love for a player is so fickle. I would say the player first. Which name will they hate? They'll hate their club.
They'll hate the owners, dog.
Sharp,
the way say-
what's his name?
He's a billionaire. He's
Exactly.
popular.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You're asking
That's
about
my
a man
point.
who doesn't watch Italian football yet. In Italy, they know that man.
Dude, look at Glazer's hate, how quickly that disappeared.
It doesn't
That-
disappear. It's still there.
Do you
still
understand?
there.
No, but Glazer's hate lasted about, 1 week. And that's the only time when they saw him.
But it's still there.
It shifted
Nobody's
to Ed Woodward. Ed Woodward distanced himself.
Again.
Where did it move to?
Again, my point is,
started to
don't
move to
stop telling me
players.
about board members. I'm talking as a player. On the pitch, you will be loved irregardless of what the board says. If they say we're not playing you for what, they'll be like, why aren't you playing our top scorer? Why aren't you playing the guy who brought us the Serie
Let's
A
not
title?
act like it's not mafiosos that own football, dog. When we're saying they'll make your life difficult, it's not to say they won't just bench you. They'll make your life difficult. These people are mafiosos, dog.
This guy didn't
We
say
just
that.
said the Russian billionaire slander.
This guy didn't put it in the interview.
Oh,
so it's
But
his
also,
fault.
what you must also understand from a Lukaku point of view, this is an interest from a club that you came from. They matched your money that you wanted. They matched everything.
Yeah.
And they said, come back, bro. You'll play.
They did you dirty twice.
Eh?
They did you dirty twice.
They did you dirty twice, but the coaches who did you dirty, Mourinho, is gone now.
Don't. If you have bad at a club, it's bad blood.
But what I'm telling you is that that's over. And you must also remember, in Inter side, they got rid of Conte. Because Conte was like, dude, if you get rid of my best striker, I'm not staying. And then that's what happened.
Sharp.
They're like,
Then
nah.
if Lukaku stayed, he would be with Conte. He would be
He'd
happy.
be with Inzaghi.
No. Conte
Conte was
left
gone.
after. When did he leave?
No,
When-
he left before.
when they decided, I'm going to get rid of who? Lukaku or who?
No, when they decided they're not going to give him money, he was already on some screw this. Then they were like, now they're selling his players also. He was on
Yes.
some, I'm asking for more, you're taking away, I'm
Yes.
out.
Because it started with Ashraf Hakimi, where they're like, he's like, bruh, how do you expect me to contest next season? And then the news comes, we want to get rid of Martinez and Lukaku.
Hey Joe, this man is not a baby. He made a grown ass decision to go back to a league, man, where he was not loved by a top 4 club before. It's his own doing.
Bruh.
He must go cry to Jay-Z.
I disagree with the point of it still being bad. He's got plenty of time to change this.
Yes, and let's not forget, I'm sure probably while he was talking with Tuchel, he was promised a game style that suits him.
Yeah.
Right now, he's playing in a weird little game style. I don't understand it. I don't watch much Chelsea games because the teams just flip all the time. But I have a feeling he's not played in his desirable position, as he stated in interviews.
Again, it's what I said earlier on. He's going to be playing in that link-up play role. A Drogba. Before that, it was some other striker that I don't know. Chelsea have long gone for the days of Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's natural goal scorers, attackers who don't do link-up play. Those players are long gone. As soon as they found success with Drogba, that was the new model for Chelsea in terms of striker. Man, these guys have had Crespo, flopped. Have had Shevchenko, flopped. Drogba, not a great goal scorer, did a decent job.
Yeah.
I've been outscored by Frank Lampard in midfield by double digits almost.
Trophies.
Okay.
You play to win.
All right, shoot, but I'm talking about strikers here. I'm talking about Lukaku. I'm not talking about Chelsea as a club. I'm talking about strikers here. So why would I go there as a person who has to score goals? I'm not a link-up play person. Lukaku doesn't have the depth of touch. Why would I go there?
No, man. Fair point. I figured we'd also deal with another issue. We've been talking about Aubameyang, his discipline issues. It's been highlighted in the media, but I'd assume, because maybe Aubameyang is a repeat offender, that's why it's being highlighted. But there's one that has fallen right under our noses that hasn't been spoken about. Phil Foden and Jack Grealish, if you guys have not noticed, have not been played in the City squad for a couple of games now. That's because they had a night out in the town after their victory at Leeds,
and didn't make it to training on time.
Yes, and
in the best of conditions.
Yes, so basically Pep just decided to leave them out of the what's his name, the squad. I just wanted to address that, as in from a point of view of the Golden Boys of England. I'm rubbing my skin for those who are listening. And a typical African guy who is captain. Do you feel as though there's a certain difference in treatment?
At club level, no. At media level, 100%.
Oh, yes. No. I was going to break it down that way.
From a club level?
No, I mean, from a club level, we've seen Pep Guardiola he's taken them out the squad.
Yeah.
That's
for one game.
Hey?
For one game. Foden was back scoring in the next one.
No, but hence why I'm saying, but Grealish is still out.
He was on the bench for the next one.
Oh, was he on the bench?
Well, he was on the bench against Arsenal. I don't know about Brentford.
Yeah, he was. But either what I'm trying to get at club level, no. At media level, it's some bull, man. It's the same way that certain black managers get treated differently when they speak to refs. When certain very vivacious managers at Liverpool talk to refs and don't get yellow cards. Yes. It's a discrepancy that needs to be dealt with, because it's like, why is Aubameyang still the center of attention in stories? Cool, he got stripped of club captaincy. He's not the 100 million rand signing that's flopping at Arsenal, at City. We've known Aubameyang to be a bad boy for 7 years. This is nothing new. So why is Grealish getting under the radar over there when this man has been doing this? And I love him for it, by the way. I love those type of players, but I'm just saying media treatment is very different now.
Yeah. Look. I think we're 100% on that. The media treatment is always going to be different when the pigment is different, right? We see, but obviously that doesn't absolve from blame, right? Because I'm not sure about the being late for training part, right? About the Grealish and Foden thing, because what Pep came out and said. And fair play to him. I actually give Pep kudos for this. But he actually says, in the December period, I watch you as much off the pitch as I do on the pitch.
Yes.
Because if you look at all these times, that's when his team stretch away. It's always in this period.
Yes.
Always in that period. So he kind of knows this is where I get my points. Right? And they were out the squad for the next game. They were on the bench for the following game. So it was a one game, one and done type of thing. Aubameyang, I've got different views on that. In comparison, obviously it shouldn't be but on its own, it's cock. Yeah. On its own, it's cock. And I mean, you can't make it sound nice.
I mean, I think Aubameyang just broke COVID protocols.
By coming back home late.
No, and it was the tattoo thing. Instead of, He said he was visiting his mom, or going to pick up his mom somewhere. And then in that time, he went and got a tattoo done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe it was deception. We'll look at it as well, especially in times of COVID. You don't know what you're bringing back diseases, actually, like, to your team. So maybe it is from that point. But if I want to bring something closer to home, we can even go back to the situation of Foden and Grealish with the Iceland babes.
With Foden and
Greenwood. Sorry.
Yeah, one hasn't made it back to England yet, man.
Yes. Granted, there was the previous what's his name? The previous international break where Grealish was not Grealish. Greenwood. I'm going to confuse these names, but you guys get me. So Greenwood was offered to come back up into the England squad, but that was due to an increased amount of injuries, and it was an increased amount of injuries and players going out from COVID. I mean, that's why Smith Rowe even made it when he wasn't supposed to make it. So I ask you guys that after
I do not blame him one bit. You go where you loved. Go where you loved. If you're not feeling the love, Foden got called in next game.
Yes.
After being banned for one game. Foden was back playing again. I got in the same trouble as this boy over here. Okay? And somehow I'm not called back next game, even though I'm doing well at club level as well. Because it was when Greenwood was banging in the goals.
No, it wasn't.
Early on the season.
When Foden got out, that was last season.
Oh, okay.
When they got put off, the thing was the season before last.
Okay.
Foden started the season better.
Okay, sure. Started the season better, but you're not even going to give me a chance to redeem myself. Like, come on, boy.
They're calling you generational talent. No one finishes like you. You should walk into that squad. He could have been picked. I get what I'm saying.
Like, I'm not even keeping for Greenwood to be in the squad, but I'm just saying he was in the squad. He got punished. One got brought back sooner than the other.
Sure.
Being very funny over there. It's looking funny in the light over there, Gareth Southgate. You're looking funny in the light.
Yeah, same, man. But I'll even go back to that time and I'll actually give a shout out to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because it seemed as though he did kind of protect him in that situation where he's like, nah, bro.
He's a kid.
That's a kid. Like, if I remember correctly from that time. But he did kind of take him off the pitch for a little bit. Yeah, he brought him in as a substitute to kind of get his confidence back in. Yeah. And then he just chucked him in, and that's when he went on those goals.
That's why I'll also I'm gonna give Ferguson some praise over here, dog. Even when Ravel Morrison was out here busy peaking, joining gangs, it's like, this guy is good at football. I just have to get him away from these guys.
Just have to get him away from the people he knows.
Ferguson went out of his way to find him a club in another city.
Sure.
Say, play there. You might not play for United, but you're still a good enough football. Like, what I can say? You giving a person chance after chance after chance. Greenwood got one chance at England level, messed up once. So if Greenwood messed up once under Ferguson, I don't think Ferguson would have blasted him in the media. Yeah, he would have done it in the back room privately and be like, on some, you're messing up, man, young man. Yeah. And that's why you're not going to be playing up the next couple of games. Nah? And, dog, one mistake. I brought back some babes at 19 that I was in Iceland, though. The snow bunnies were on some, hey, papi.
The brother that's next to you that's even older than you. Well, it's a year's difference or whatever. Foden's older.
But dog, if I went to Iceland and I saw some Icelandic babes that look like models running after me, dog, I don't know if I can even keep my promise to my wife if I'm married, dog.
Just now her name's Torina. Or something. I don't know what the female version of Thor is.
I feel like Heidi Klum is from one of those Icelandic countries. You think I'm going to say no to that, my boy? Come on. Not in the streets of Iceland at 9 o'clock.
Social distancing will stop him.
Come on. And all I did is took her to my hotel room and showed him my wizard. Come on, dog.
Yeah, man. But you know what? Let's actually vary it up because
wait. But Oba, he got stripped of the captaincy for that. You're Arsenal fans. You're happy with that?
I'm great with that.
What you'll think? Because after that Spurs one, you'll look at me like I was harsh on some. That's what a footballer standard must be.
No, that's good. Like, it's repeated mistakes now. Repeated mistakes. I can't fight anymore. I can't protect anymore.
No, the thing is, asking us now, now that we're seeing a new spirit in the Arsenal team, I'd assume it's, we know the results. They were winning. It worked out nice. And I think maybe if there was a little bit of an unknown, if it had worked out the other way, we would have probably questioned it. If we started losing, we would have probably said, our high scoring forward, is not here. You need to bring him back in. Swallow your pride.
But I'm saying captaincy, not him playing, because I'm sure he'll play again.
Captaincy,
Chaka's there. He's got stripped of your captaincy before.
Captaincy,
but I'm
yes.
saying captaincy.
For leader purposes, yes. I agree with
No, listen. I think he's a good leader, as in he's a good, level head. Because Arteta's mentioned this before, that he says he doesn't necessarily rely only on the captain. He's got a
leadership group.
Yeah.
I've heard him say that.
It's like a leadership group, like a group of guys that he kind of refers to about everything in relation to the club. I mean, Odegaard is part of it, if I'm correct. It was Lacazette. Xhaka's still there. I can't remember the other names right now.
Sure.
But I think Aubameyang also obviously is there.
I think with the youngsters, I know Saka started shooting more often because he's like, to Saka it all. Next time you see me and you feel like you can score, take the shot. I won't complain.
Yes.
And that's showing faith in youngsters as well. So he might not be captain material where you have to fight on the pitch. I look at in England, dog. Thierry is a captain to me, dog.
Yeah.
When you get decisions going against your way and he's going to go shout at you at the ref in that Scottish accent, put the fear of God in him so we can get decisions our way. I love it.
All right.
No, fair. I do agree that, maybe from a main role, he shouldn't be there. But I feel like he should be allowed to be himself, be that playful guy. Because captaincy made him, a little bit too serious. That's not him.
Did Arteta make him captain?
Yeah.
He was captain under Arteta and
Yeah.
stripped. Okay.
Yeah. So he was there. I mean, after you get given that big money contract,
Sure.
there isn't, the only way is up, basically. But I feel like he shouldn't get that role for himself. Captaincy sometimes weighs hard on certain personalities. And I feel like,
because the young boys are looking to their captain.
yes. So for him, dog, he must be the jokester, taking videos and laughing, in the change rooms. I feel like that's his,
That's his personality, dog.
keeping the spirits high.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I'm wondering if we should get into the game, or we should let's get into the disrespect of Africa Cup of Nations, because we've just witnessed another situation of disrespect. This time it's from Watford. So I think it's Emmanuel Dennis and Ismaili Sarr. Emmanuel Dennis is from Nigeria and Ismaili Sarr is Senegalese. So it seemed as though Watford were refusing to release both of those players.
They refused to let Emmanuel Dennis. They said they're not going to let him go.
Did they refuse flat out?
Flat out. He's not. They said they requested too late.
Sure.
So we're not going to let him go. Ismaili Sarr they're not releasing him on time.
Oh,
The Senegal FA
okay. Let's
requested more than enough in time.
Yeah.
But with Emmanuel Dennis, they're refusing. They're like, nah.
Okay.
That's why you're going to get relegated, Watford.
Yeah. So that is the situation right now. I mean, we've dealt with numerous situations
every time
of disrespect. I mean, it was Klopp disrespecting Africa Cup of Nations.
Just apologize. We'll move on.
Yeah, he apologized. It's fine. So I thought we'd deal with that in terms of. I think we've heard these little snide comments, especially another one I'll bring up is after the Chelsea versus Liverpool game. A lot of people took offense to the fact that Mane and Mendy rode in the same plane back home and were hugging and like, no, that's not the spirit. So I thought
Aren't they teammates?
100%. But
saying that
English people want you to fight.
They
with
weren't
each other.
teammates that night.
Nigga, we drew.
Yeah, so now they're saying
We drew. You Chelsea. You a small club.
yeah. So I thought let's just deal with those instances. Like,
That's the thing now. What I saw is like those instances, and I saw that how ignorant people are like outside of here. Because these people are on some. Why don't they hold it in June like the rest of the world? Do you know how blazing hot it is in the rest of Africa in June?
yes,
You want those men to be playing in the DRC. 40-degree weather. You think Qatar is bad where they have air conditions?
Where they've moved the World Cup to November.
November.
You want us in Africa to play at that time because it's more northern African countries that have that problem. I know down here in South and South Africa we have winter and stuff, so we That's why the World Cup was able to be held here in winter because it's basically European summer that side, winter over here. But do you know DRZ and the upper hemisphere? Do you know those
It's
heats?
hot in the shade, nigga.
My boy, you can't step out during midday.
You're sweating in the shade.
You want Salah to train during midday. Like, let's be serious. There's a reason all the African leagues break in June.
Yeah.
And you know, like break somewhere around there. Or they I forget what it is.
Yeah.
And then they play from like May to, I don't know, I forget, man. But it doesn't follow.
The seasons start at the right time.
They
So
start in
basically-
Jan or something like Feb, the March.
because obviously there'd be a break in the winter in what's his name, in the northern hemisphere.
Yeah.
But for us, it works out nicely because we have a break in the summer periods. So, you know, it works out. Our winters aren't that bad. We can play through our winters.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I'm like,
so that's why we've accustomed to the European, you know, timetables in terms of.
it's like South Africa is the only
seasons.
league, I think, where we take a break in the wintertime. But we could follow the rest of Africa's timetable due to weather. Because our winters aren't bad. So
Yeah.
people need to stop being ignorant to that. Shout out to Patrick Vieira for saying, hey, respect that thing. It's the same as
Respect it,
it's the same as the European Championship.
100%.
And he's like, if any of my players want to go, you're more than welcome. I will not fight you. I will not stop you. It's a prestigious tournament. So these guys need to chill. Only thing I can say, maybe they can stop playing it every 2 years or something like that, like they do with the Copa America, you know. But
aren't you going to argue that this is the way that that football is going? I mean, they're having a vote now. They're saying the youth. Well, it's not us, maybe. Maybe we're still part of the youth. The youth is apparently more interested in a World Cup every 2 years. That's what is being pushed.
Oh,
by FIFA
Wenger's
right
proposal.
now. Yeah.
maybe, but I'm not gonna fight with players now. For the amount of money they play, you know my sponsor, man. If they tell you to play Monday, Wednesday, Sunday, you better play Monday, Wednesday, Sunday if you're earning £350,000 a week.
Yeah. But look, at the end of the day,
Supporting outright slavery.
It's not slavery. Potion. Somebody in the UK right now is working at Tesco's Monday to Sunday, earning minimum wage, staying in their mom's house, working longer shifts than you.
Listen,
It's not outright slavery. It's £350,000 a week.
Maybe the
it's
word-
more than the CEO of Standard Bank South Africa.
maybe the word outright slavery is a little bit wrong. But if you compare them to people in their bracket,
Okay.
in terms of money, what you're requesting from them is a little bit social.
Okay, fine.
It's a little bit
It's
of
not. Must I tell you, people in their bracket, but earning £100,000 a month on stuff, work at Goldman Sachs. They take cocaine to survive the work schedule.
what I'm trying to tell you.
Wait. They retire at the age of 30 because they made enough money to go start up their own business.
Do you understand?
Because the work schedule at Goldman Sachs, the investment bank, is hectic.
Do you understand?
I feel no pity.
It is socialist. It is very socialist to expect someone who is from a poor background. Traditionally, footballers are from a poor background, and now they make all this money. What you're saying is because they've landed themselves in that much money, they must now. And you understand the training regimes is harder than most. You
me put it this way.
them. Goldman Sachs guys come from middle to higher to upper wealth areas.
Okay,
And
who's
they
complaining?
really
Who's
work.
complaining this? Jordan Henderson or Kante? It's Henderson.
Who's what?
Who's complaining about playing 3 times a week? Jordan Henderson or Kante? It's Henderson.
Yes, but that doesn't mean
Who's more privileged over there? Henderson. It's a bunch of spoiled, rich brats.
okay.
I haven't heard one black player complain about playing 3 times a week. Not one.
But then if
It's
Kante-
guys from Germany.
No, but let's just say
It's guys
now-
from Germany.
Let's just say now, if Kante collapses on the ground and dies, what are we gonna say? And we know historically it affects more black players actually quite a bit.
I hear you, nah? But what I'm saying, you changing your argument now. You saying the poor background players are complaining. I'm telling you they're not. Because those niggas played football
I'm
7
not-
days a
I'm
week.
not saying- I'm not saying.
Which part are we saying is too much? AFCON.
Not AFCON.
No.
The Premier League schedule.
What we say,
I'm saying
no, I'm not saying Premier League schedule. I'm saying football schedule overall. If they're going to suggest that there's another FIFA tournament in 2 years, I think you cannot expect a professional footballer to exert themselves that much, especially when you've seen an increase in people getting cardiac arrests and all that stuff. Now people have to have caffeine stuff.
let me put it this way. Okay, let me do this.
My stance would be on the quality of the football as opposed to the frequency of the football, right?
Yes.
Because obviously the guys playing just me as a viewer, I don't care how many times they train, how many times they pray, they work their rate on their heart. Sorry, I'm with Chris there. No. That 350,000 you get paid is like, it means I don't have to care about you as a person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A week.
Sure. But I just mean from the quality of the football that we watch, right? And I think we sit here all the time and we say that increase in finance has just meant athletes take the game. If you can run faster, if you're stronger, if you whatever, you're a better football in this era. And I think if there's more time to prepare for football, I think we'll see better football. That's just me. But your argument is something different.
Here's the thing, nah. The people who are complaining about the schedule, nah, are all from first world countries. Nah? That's how I view it, nah. Nobody says you have to play Gengen press. Don't tell me about caffeine when your manager is the one who decided to play that style of football. Burnley don't play Gengen press.
That's why Sean Dyche, have you seen the Sean Dyche Klopp?
Yeah.
Back and forth.
It's like you decided to play that style of football. You feel that style of football works, but now, nah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've been having a back and forth. Sean Dyche is like, now we fine with 3 substitutes at our club.
Yeah.
We fine with our players. Klopp decided to.
But you see, my problem is that this is coming from someone who has been, advocating for the lazy player, who has been advocating for that talented guy who's
I'm still advocating for it.
Do you understand?
Because I'm saying
how does that player come out playing 3 times a week?
My boy, he's not training.
Eh?
He's not training. They give him a day off after a game.
Which player can handle that?
A lot of players. And again, let me get to my point over here. Nah?
Sure.
No player can play that system under Klopp. No player can play that system under Tuchel. No player can play 3 times a week under Pep. Nah? But there are hundreds of types of football where a guy can play a game today, nah? But it's not that demanding on him. He can walk around the pitch like Berbatov did under United.
The question is, can that gameplay win you games? In this day and age.
It can't.
Okay, fine. Wait. Here's my point. Here's what I'm coming to, nah. Yes, it can win you games, nah. When the frequency of games increases where the other team doesn't have enough time to recover from the way they play football. So it's a give and take. You trying to advocate for saying we should change the football schedule because my style of football is so high intensity, I need to get more time for players to recover. I don't have to give you that advantage.
Okay.
Burnley can play today and can play Wednesday. Nah? Klopp's players can't do that.
You are using Burnley.
No, fine.
Liverpool.
Yeah. Because the difference there is Burnley will play 43 games in a season. So they're not playing Sunday, Wednesday. They might play Sunday, Wednesday, then have a week break, then play Sunday, Wednesday. Liverpool doesn't get that break because Liverpool playing 60 games.
Okay, fine.
That's what the conversation is.
Oh, fine. But the conversation is you earn the right to play those 60 games. You earn the right to get the best players in the world because you pay them more. So why are you complaining? I'm working within my confines. I can't, if I let you play at your best, I can never catch up with you. This is how West Ham breaks into the Champions League spots by mistake. Because I don't have good enough players to play the style of football that I want to, which means they have less games and they make the Champions League.
Chris,
but it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If Liverpool doesn't do that, nobody's watching Burnley by choice. Unless they're playing a big team.
Can I please say I can't allow you to compare Liverpool and Burnley. Just by league spots, you can see that Burnley system is not working.
Yeah,
no.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Then surely they have time to give you beautiful football.
Guys, I'm not
they
arguing.
have time to rest.
You can argue that point on its own, nah, but I can argue from the point of view that it all equalizes itself out. Nah, for the simple fact of Liverpool, even if Burnley had all the time in the world to prepare, they will not attract what Liverpool players attract. They will not. So you can't have the top teams always getting their way. No, we need more rest time. Why? You made the Champions League, not me. That's your burden.
Okay.
You made the FA Cup semi-final, not me. That's your burden. Don't tell me I couldn't play Henderson and Mane because they played on Saturday in the league and now Wednesday is the League Cup. It's not my burden. I got knocked out. It's your burden.
But the thing is, what you're saying is you're saying the current situation, as in the whole Christmas break. You fighting for Christmas break. I'm fighting for a time
for 5 subs.
Where you say no, not even 5 subs. Not even that. We're talking about a time where there'll be two FIFA World Cups in the space of 4 years. There'll be a Euros. there'll be a Nations League every year. There's a AFCON, there's Copa America, there's all those tournaments, and you still have to worry about your club competitions. Hence why I'm saying that, international will probably suffer from that point of view.
Wait. I think in terms of having two cup competitions, right? In Europe, I think it was only England and France. Mm-hmm. France scrapped the other one because they said COVID, this pressure. The other one, we can take a break here to put some other games there to lighten the load. England said, nah, fuck that. There's tradition here. Play everything.
Carabao and thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So
that...
As in, it gave them more space in the schedule to put more other games there to give a break.
No.
At certain points.
I agree. But England traditionally don't take breaks.
Yeah.
It hasn't worked out for them. It's, I don't know, good luck to them to see what's going to happen.
But this is why they have the best league in the world. It's the only league where I can wake up on the 26th, watch a football game. Wake up on the 28th, watch a football game. Wake up on the 1st, watch a football game.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a Spain game since the 20th.
Yeah.
No, listen, I agree with you. But what I'm fighting for is that what good would it do to add more international competitions?
They want to add more international competitions, but reduce international qualifiers.
Oh, you're talking about that once every 2 years, whatever.
They want to reduce qualifiers.
So that's the thing that I'm advocating for, where he's kind of saying he's advocating for his slave labors and dude.
No, that's your boy's suggestion, Bravenga, right? Because the European football schedule, I think that contract or whatever runs out in 2026. So the proposals is to how do we change it after that? Because if it essentially does come to changes.
Or the Euro Nations League?
No, just the European football schedule. Like, like it gets reviewed every 4 years or every 5 years or whatever. So that schedule that's in place runs until 2026, 2025,
so
2026.
there won't be stupid friendlies anymore.
Now remember, Champions League is also now going from a 6 game in the group stage to 10 games, as in there's more games coming. So what Wenger and his team or basically was proposing was just another, because obviously now people are putting the proposals as to how it's going to change. So he was kind of saying, rather have a competition every 2 years, a global competition, whatever competition every 2 years, that lets you reset the whole schedule. Because his thing was saying that will actually give you more time for the players to be off. Because from the player side, they're like, guys, we need 6 weeks. Because the things that they're fighting is the players aren't even getting their 6 weeks off. That kind of thing.
Then maybe if from that international friendlies point of view, if those stupid games get scrapped, then maybe I can be for it. But I'm not for the whole 2 tournaments thing if things still stand the same way.
It's not standing the same way. He wants to change the way it is completely.
Okay.
But back to my thing on hating on those 350,000 pound players a week. They mad, dog. The reason they get that much money is because the TV money. If Sky Sports says you're going to play the 24th, the 26th, the 29th, and the 1st.
But why is Sky Sports listening to Burnley when they're making that choice? That's what I'm saying. Why does Burnley get that vote when the TV is here for Liverpool? When the TV is here for Man United? Why is Burnley the one holding it out?
Because I might play you. Because at the end of the day, Sky Sports is not listening to those teams voting. Sky Sports,
they are.
They're not.
To get a decision change, you have to get 14 votes out of the 20.
That's at the Premier League level.
Yes, that's where that decision would be made.
No, it's not. Broadcasters tell teams when they're going to play now. They tell them. It's literally Sky Sports. That's why you check, you see the beginning of the season, they'll give you the games. Then they also say, now we want this game on TV, so it has to move to this date. We want this game on TV.
In the weekend. They won't change it from the 7th till the 14th. They'll say the Saturday slot, because they sell the slots. BBC has the 12:30 game, whatever has the whatever game, and then they arrange it like that. But as for the weeks that you're deciding where to play, that's the league.
No, but what I got from the understanding is it's the TV broadcasters that are not budging on that thing. They say, no, you will play over that time because we pay you for that time. It's not Burnley. Burnley and them are fighting against substitutions.
Yeah.
They're not fighting against TV schedule. They're saying we okay with 3 subs. Screw you guys that want 5s. You have bigger teams, you have bigger money. So with 5, you screw us over.
Yeah.
But in terms of the way the games are scheduled, that's literally TV broadcasters. And that's all money.
So look, I'm not even fighting to say they must take away the December period. I agree with you. What the fuck am I going to watch? Yes. Why you 7-0? Yeah.
No, I think I'll also say the same thing. I'm not fighting with you over that. I'm fighting about the international aspect. You're fighting about the Christmas.
I'm saying fuck
Christmas. I'm happy every year when I watch games on Boxing Day. So we can agree on that. But for me, if the structure is changed, it needs to be changed properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what he suggested. And
Yes.
Wenger said, you guys are fighting, but you're not actually looking at the proposal. You'll get your 6 weeks off.
Okay. No, that's fine. I think we can leave that for now. It's a good time to take a break, refill our drinks
empty,
and
dog.
whatnot.
I mean,
Yeah, but
have some more green tea.
but yeah,
With
guys,
some ice.
thank you guys for watching part 1 with us after a long 2021,
Hard.
and we'll be back for part 2. Thank you guys.